Hello fellow YouTubers, Mac in VR here, and welcome to my channel dedicated to all things gaming in mixed and virtual reality. We're going back to virtual desktop today. Now I've already shown you how to set it up, I've showed you how to tweak your Wi-Fi settings to get your best latency, and I've also pitted it against the official Oculus Link cable. But today I'm going to take something different and I'm going to check out hardware options to reduce latency. So I've got 4 options to hit. Let's dive straight in, and remember, we're born to respawn. Today we're going back to virtual desktop with the aim of reducing our latency even further. So I've basically come up with 4 options. A Powerline adapter with built-in Wi-Fi, which is what I'm currently using. A USB Wi-Fi adapter, which we're going to connect the Quest to. A PCI-E internal Wi-Fi card. And finally, actually a standalone router, which is purely going to be dedicated to virtual desktop and connecting the Quest to. Now at the moment my Powerline adapters give me a nice solid unremarkable 40 milliseconds latency, as you can see in the gameplay running in the background. So I want to see if I can reduce that and see how far I can actually take it. So this is the TP-Link AC1350, and as you can see, the latency absolutely spot on, 40 milliseconds on average, you know, perfectly playable, quite happy. Our next hardware option is the USB dongle. So after a quick driver installation, just plug it into any USB 3 port and connect your Quest. Now, I did try this on an internal PCI-E USB 3 card, the motherboard's USB 3, and also an external powered USB 3 hub, and they all had pretty bad latency. There was a spike up to over 100 milliseconds at one point, completely unplayable. So our next option is an internal PCIe Wi-Fi adapter, and there it is. I'm not going to try and pronounce the manufacturer. So after a quick installation, you only need a screwdriver and a basic bit of computer knowledge here. You need a PCIe slot on your motherboard and a spare USB slot on your motherboard. So pop the PCIe card in, secure it, plug the USB in. Me being blinded to bat took me a couple of goes, but there you go. Plug it in, put everything back together. And what I don't show here is you've got to screw the antenna onto the back of the card. And then you're ready to create a hotspot. Now you'd think this was easy, but in England you are not allowed to broadcast a 5 GHz mobile hotspot from your PC. If you try and turn on the hotspot, it'll just transmit in 2.4 GHz. But there is a way of forcing it to transmit a 5 GHz signal, and I'll talk you through it. Go to your internet connections. Now I've got an Android hotspot set up and 5 GHz. So you need to connect your PC to that. Check the properties. You'll see down in the left hand corner 5 GHz. Then you need to go back to your connections and you need to disable your Ethernet connection. Then you need to turn on your mobile hotspot and you should get this warning. That means that you're transmitting a 5 GHz mobile hotspot, which is what you want to connect your Quest to. Then to get your internet connection back, you have to enable your Ethernet connection. But we're not finished yet. This is the dark art bit of it, which I don't understand. You have to go to Properties, Sharing, then you have to turn off sharing. Take a couple of seconds. And then click on your Ethernet connection, go to Properties, go to Sharing, and turn sharing back on. and then make sure, in my case it was local connection 18 I think. Make sure that you've selected local connection 18. Click OK. Now you've got a mobile hotspot. If you just check here, status, you've got a mobile hotspot at 5 GHz and you've got a full internet connection, which means you can play online. See, I told you it was a dark art. So with this enabled, I mean, my latency dropped drastically, almost 10 milliseconds to 30 milliseconds. And I think maybe with a bit of tweaking, I could even get that a bit lower. Now this was absolutely brilliant. You know, Pistol Whip, which is such a difficult game to play if you're suffering from latency, was just buttery smooth. It was brilliant. I didn't have any problems with Onward, and I didn't have any problems with The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. I was playing Meat Grinder. Now the last option here is the TP-Link AC1200 wireless dual band router. Now what I've done with this is I've actually connected it directly to the PC without being connected to the internet. So that I've connected my Quest to the 5 GHz wireless channel, and then from the router it's going straight into the PC. So we're basically eliminating anything that can get in your way. We're going Wi-Fi from Quest straight into the router, straight into the PC, and I think this is the optimal way to reduce your latency. Now if you just check out this latency, it's absolutely incredible. So there are your 4 options, and the first one I'm going to discard is the USB dongle. Those spikes in latency up to over 100 milliseconds just killed the gameplay. I've already got the Powerline router with the built-in wireless. That's okay, you get about 40 milliseconds, that's fine. PCI-E card down to about 30 milliseconds. I think with a bit of tweaking we might be able to get that a bit lower. And then of course we've got the TP-Link standalone router, which got absolutely amazing latency of around 18 to 22 milliseconds. The problem with that is that you can't play online. So the compromise for me, I think, is going to be the PCI-E card, the internal solution, because 30 milliseconds, that was absolutely fine. And I think with a bit of tweaking, I might even be able to get that a bit lower. So that's my recommendation, an internal PCIe Wi-Fi adapter. What do you think? Do you think the router's the better option? Don't forget to tell me in the comments down below. That's all for today. Feel free to share this content, like, subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload any new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.